forth.
Okay.
We're going to stop after every speaker.
Okay.
Where is, okay. So Bill, you'll also introduce Amy.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we're live on YouTube. I'm going to mute all of us for a sec. Oh, wait, I won't be able to hear you. I won't be able to hear Russ. So we're live. All right, great. All right. It's 7:01. We're a minute late. Thanks for tuning in to watch the watch party of the CHS commencement speeches that we will present today. That we won't be able to do them live tomorrow at the graduation because of the precautions that we are taking. So we are here with Principal Lonergan, Athletic Director Josh Knight, and Guidance Counselor Extraordinaire Jody Callanan. I'll never get it.
Got it.
So let's get right into it. Principal Lonergan, you can start off.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rob. Thanks to you and Russ in Litchfield Community Television. We really appreciate the opportunity to do this live, to have our families, our students in the community join us as we recognize what makes our students so special. These are tremendous, tremendous kids who rise and shine all the time. And we're really fortunate about that. We're excited about Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is a closed graduation ceremony, and this is why we're doing the commencement speeches today. And Friday it will be students, their family and household members, and some staff members from CHS, as well as police and fire, as Mike Jetty mentioned in his voicemail and his email today to the community, there to keep us safe and make sure that everything runs smoothly. So these speeches, as I just mentioned, are truly representative of what our students are like, and we're really, really fortunate to be able to work with them. It's been difficult the last 2.5 months. I won't lie about that. I'm not a very good virtual principal, but our staff and our students have really worked well over the course of this time. So having said all of that, I want to do one other thanking, which is to thank Jody and Josh for being here this evening as well. We're giving up time out of our evenings, and I really appreciate that. Mike Perez, our assistant principal, unfortunately is at a family event, and so he could not be here this evening, but he does send his wishes to everybody. So on that note, Rob, I am ready to begin the first of these presentations here.
All right, I'm going to share the first part of it, and if you can mute yourselves, just in case, and I'll come back to it when the next speaker is about to speak.
Hello, and welcome to Campbell High School's ceremonial speeches, dedications, and recognitions. Traditionally, this is included in our graduation exercises. However, given the current circumstances in our world, that is not possible. We appreciate you taking time out of your lives to join me and our students here as we celebrate and recognize those who have done some tremendous things for Campbell High School over the course of the last 4 years. Thank you very much.
Good evening and
All right, so that was the start of it, and so we have 8 more speakers, 7 more students, I believe. They're going to take turns introducing them, talk a little bit about them, what they're going to be doing in the future. For the first student, it's going to be Josh is going to talk about her. All right, Josh.
Our first presenter will be Julia Nori, the secretary of our senior class. She'll be attending Endicott College and studying nursing. Go for it, Julia.
All right.
High school over the course of the last 4 years. Thank you very much.
good evening and welcome to the virtual portion of the Campbell High School Class of 2020 graduation. My name is Julia Nori and I have had the privilege of holding the position of secretary for this class for the past 3 years. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank both family and friends for joining us and helping us celebrate our accomplishments in a very unique way. It is not the ending we expected for our 12 years together, but it is a memorable one. But today, rather than dwell on the moments we lost, we would like to reflect on the ones we made the most of. Each student in our grade has added their own personal touch to the school. Maybe you took home a state championship. Maybe you won an award for your artwork. Maybe you simply greeted your favorite teacher every morning and made their day. But every student has had an impact. Together, our grade leaves its mark on our community. We leave our legacy behind, a trail of incredible moments that will forever live within the halls of Campbell High School. These cherished times are not just ours to celebrate. The reason that a lot of these moments were possible, and the reason they will live on, even the reason that this ceremony is happening, is all because of those who supported us. Our staff, our community, and our families have endlessly supported the class of 2020 in all our endeavors and adventures. At some point, graduates, make sure to hug your families, congratulate your friends, and thank the teachers that helped with us in both the Campbell classrooms and the Google classrooms. And all of these mentors have led us to this momentous event. We're graduating. Last year's graduation was opened with the quote, "High school is like toilet paper, you'll only miss it when it's gone." But I think I speak for everyone when I say this one just hits too close to home. So instead, I'd like to lead into our ceremony with a quote from the artist Frida Kahlo. She once said, "At the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can." I think that this perfectly captures our class, and not only we survived, but we've prospered. And no matter what the universe has thrown at us, we succeeded. We have finished this important chapter in our lives, and we can now go on to survive the next one. I know that in this chapter, our class will achieve remarkable things. Congratulations, class of 2020.
All right. Very good. So that was Julie Norrie going to Endicott and nursing. Very fine. I think we need more nurses. What do you think?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. So the next speaker is going to be introduced by Principal Lonergan.
So Julie Green, who's our yearbook advisor, came to me with a preposterous idea. She did not want to present the yearbook dedication herself, and she did not have a senior who made the same volume of contributions as in the past. So she selected a graduating senior who is entering the United States Army in the fall, and that senior is student Jacob Taylor. So here is Jacob presenting the yearbook dedication for the class of 2020.
Most high school age students wouldn't be too fond of their mom working at their school. However, my mom managed to make it something that I was so grateful for. During her time as a substitute teacher at LMS, my classmates and I had the joy of seeing her pop in and out of our classes every once in a while. Every time we walked into a classroom with her sitting at the teacher's desk, I watched as the faces of my peers lit up. As we transitioned into high school, so did she. My sophomore year, my mom became part of the Campbell community working in the office. To so many, her bubbly personality was needed on those mornings when school was the last place you wanted to be. Sometimes, it was just nice to see a familiar face around the building. The school office is somewhere that many high school students dread. However, my mom made it a welcoming place to the point where students often just drop by to say hi. In the last 3 years, my mom has worked hard at CHS and brightened the lives of every student there. I could go on and on about how wonderful she is, but instead I wanted to share with everyone how some of the other 2020 graduates feel about her. One student described her as dedicated, loving, and caring. The student went on to say she has been with us since middle school, and we just know her. She is someone we can talk to about our day and any problems we are having, and she has always been there for us. As a class, we love her so much. Other students have said, the best part of my day every day was seeing Mrs. Taylor first thing every morning. She kept me sane at school and just was the best person I know. Yet another student commented, it was fun being able to grow up having her as a substitute and being able to see her stay with our class while working in the office every morning and afternoon. Lastly, one student wanted to thank her directly and wrote, Mrs. Taylor, thank you for all the hard work and dedication you put into your job every day. Seeing your smile and hearing your polite words made every day something to look forward to. You changed the atmosphere at Campbell for the better. Thank you for everything you do. It never goes underappreciated. As you can see, Mrs. Taylor means so much to me along with the rest of this year's graduating class. The Campbell and Litchfield communities want to recognize the welcoming and compassionate personality of Mrs. Taylor. Therefore, we would like to present the 2020 yearbook to Mrs. Taylor.
Excellent. That was good that he did that for his mom. That's cool. So the next presenter is Jody. He is going to present for the next student. I know Jody is been very busy and has jumped through hoops for my daughters as in her job. So thanks for that. So the next few students, Jody is going to introduce, but we're going to do them one at a time. If you can unmute yourself and introduce the next student.
Thanks, Rob. I'm so fortunate with the kids here at Campbell High School. We have the best of the best. This is the 4th high school that I've worked at, and I have to tell you, they don't get any better than Campbell. But the next speaker, he is one of his own. I will tell you, he is definitely a league that we're going to be seeing in the spotlight for years to come. Look out, Hollywood, because class essayist Mason Jeffrey, we all know him. Class clown, but he keeps us all cheerful, and he's quite the artist, and he's very intelligent on top of it. So what a better combination. So class essayist is something really unique to Campbell. He was chosen by the CHS faculty based on an essay that he wrote. The essays, we didn't know what student wrote them, just happened to be the funniest kid in the class. So our best, Mason Jeffrey, he'll be attending Emerson College in the fall, studying TV production. So here you go with Mason.
Before I get started, I would just like to say it brings me great pleasure to not only be graduating with such an amazing group of people, but also the fact that all 99 of us will be wearing hats at a school function, and Perez can do nothing about it. Hello, my name is Mason Jeffrey. For those of you who don't know me, I was a kid who drew crazy cartoons all over the whiteboards, the kid who got hypnotized into being the worst rapper of all time, and the kid who shanked a discus and accidentally broke Josh York's windshield. Sorry, Josh. And I was also the kid who, for absolutely no reason one day, dressed up as Dwight from The Office, and I somehow got elected as Campbell's class clown. I wonder why. We have finally reached the end of this 4-year-long road, and while it's had its share of bumps, I believe it's fair to say that it was fun. Every day on the morning announcements, in that low, compressed voice, you'd hear Donna, Casey, and Josh talk about the merits of character, courage, respect, and responsibility in all aspects of life. Then we stand and do the pledge. And while many of us were maybe annoyed by this routine, I'm sure in the back of your minds, you felt a little comfort in this. You knew that each day was going to start the same. It was good to know that some things just never changed. But now that comfort's no longer there. We don't know when we're going to say the pledge again, or where, or who's going to tell us to do it. We've lost our routine. However, knowing this group, I'm sure we'll find our own paths in life. Many of us have already decided on the next stepping stone, whether it be college, the workforce, or the military. And despite these separate paths, we will always remember the bonds we built here at Campbell, and how they molded us into not just being the people we are today, but the people we'll be in the future. Everyone here has felt some sort of heartache, whether personal or school-related, but it was the people here who helped you cope. They made you laugh. They let you know that you were accepted every step of the way. And it's because we understood each other's pain. We were close enough to know why someone was upset or angry. And it's not just for those days when you got to school and their clock said that we were late, but my phone, who's accurate to the 1,000th second, said I still had about 3 minutes left to get class, but whatever. We'll each go on to make new friends, and we should love and respect them all the same. But just remember that those new friends are pieces of silver, and everyone here at Campbell is a solid piece of gold. As I was writing the speech, I could not help but realize that even though it felt like these past 4 years went like 4 minutes, my memory of high school felt like it happened an eternity ago, as though memory works in slow motion. I like to say I could remember our first day, coming in as a freshman, but for the life of me, I can't tell you a single detail. All I remember is being smaller and having less of a personality. And while I can't speak for everyone, I'm sure you'd feel the same way. It's a frightening thought, but ultimately is a testament to how much we have changed during our time here, and how we will continue to change far into our adulthood. I mean, look at the changes we've already undergone. Some of us have already become more athletic, more artistic, and thankfully less annoying. Again, cannot speak for everyone. Now, I know some of you may be sitting in the audience reflecting only on the bad times that you had while attending Campbell, but you should probably know that this hatred may be short-sighted. It's easy to reflect only on the bad. It's just one of those strange facts about humans. In a sea of positivity, the one negative is what we allow to stick in our minds the most. In doing so, you've neglected what makes this class great. Need I remind you that this class was part of not only an undefeated championship football team, but a championship soccer team, a championship cheer team, a championship cross-country team. It's home to award-winning artists and graphic designers who have silver keys and gold keys, and it's home to some of the finest actors, singers, and musicians to ever grace the stage. Plus, remember that we are the current owners of Campbell's Spirit Belt. So please, take a little pride in your school. Celebrate what we have done here. Won't kill you either. I suppose I should probably be passing on some kind of wisdom to the class of 2020, so here's my best shot. During these past 4 years, it became very apparent to this class and others that we are incredibly competitive, as though we have this mutation in our genes that turned us into overachievers. And while that does leave us with a rather nice reputation, it has also plagued us with an extreme amount of stress and anxiety in our lives. It's an issue that does not just apply to us, but other classes and groups. And it is for this reason I wanted to pass on this advice to the class of 2020. Take the time to just relax. Don't believe that in order to be successful that you must grind your mind and body to the bone. And furthermore, don't believe that just because you've succeeded in life means that you're also happy, because that is not guaranteed. Do yourself a favor and take the time to do nothing. Walk through the forest, play video games, go for a bike ride, or just sit in the sun and bask in the light. And even if you get a painful sunburn while doing so, it at least means you're relaxed enough to not care. And for those of you youngins who will be coming to Campbell or are still surviving Campbell, I just have one thing to say. High school does kind of suck, but it doesn't have to. During this time in our lives, it's easy to become frustrated, annoyed, and overloaded with what high school demands, but rather than accept defeat and become bitter, find ways, for lack of a better term, to play. Don't be afraid to dress up crazy for Spear Weeks. Bring in a karaoke machine to class to disrupt the whole environment. And feel free to politely make fun of a teacher. I'll help you right now. You could call Keith a bald weirdo, or Cooper a ginger weirdo, or McDonough because of everything about him. And don't worry, they can take the hits. So please, do yourselves a favor and have fun while you're here. And trust me, you won't get into that much trouble. I suppose it's time to wrap this up. As someone who's about to go into the world of TV production and writing as a major in college, I try to look for a quote or scene from a show that perfectly defines what we as a class have created here. Sadly, with such a large TV landscape, it was damn near impossible to find just one moment that could satisfy everyone. But what I did find was that there are about 1,000 TV show theme songs, each with their own uplifting message. So just remember that I'll be here for you when the rain starts to pour. If you're ever lonely, then sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. I want to say thank you for being a friend. We travel down the road and back again. We all get by with a little help from our friends. And ain't we lucky that we have them good times. This last theme song I'm about to say comes from a show called Community. If you haven't seen it, just know that you're gonna love it. And the lyric from the song goes like this. I can't count the reasons I should stay. One by one, they all just fade away. I can't count the reasons we should stay in Campbell, because there's hardly any left now. We've done our time. High school's a lot like a theme song. It's the start of every adventure and helps set the tone for what the rest of the show is going to be like. So go out there and make your TV show a good one. Whether it's a comedy or a drama, get something out of it, please. Just remember to never jump the shark and to have a lot of heart while you're doing it. Most good TV shows do. Thank you. My name is Mason Jeffrey. Let this graduation commence.
That was a good one. TV production. Where is he the last 4 years? Could have used him. He's a television show in his own right. You follow him around. So the next speaker is also going to be introduced by Jody. And take it away, Jody.
I have the honor, and I'm not sure why I was given the honor, for number 2 in the class, the salutatorian. I'm not even sure I can say that word. I feel so honored to give this honor to Taylor Buren, 4.75 GPA. Who can dream of that? Taylor. She
Not
is
me.
the daughter of, no, I hear you, Rob. She's the daughter of Joanna Martineau and Jeffrey Buren. Again, 4.75 blows your mind, right? She's going to be attending Northeastern University in the fall and studying cell and molecular biology. And Taylor brings a whole different world to the whole word smart. She's the whole package. Go, Taylor.
Hello, class of 2020 and our families. I would like to acknowledge our family members and the CHS faculty who have led us through high school. None of us would be here today without you. Your support and encouragement throughout the past 4 years is what has kept us going and working towards this day. The impact you have made on us and the unique roles you played in each of our lives was instrumental in working towards our successes. Know that you will not be forgotten. With that being said, I would like to stress that this day is to celebrate us, the graduates. We are gathered today because each and every one of us made it. We did it. Regardless of our individual accomplishments, we're all successful because we're all here today. We're finally at the finish line, but let's not forget the small yet significant moments on our way here. Let's look back fondly on the laughs we shared when Mr. Keith and Mr. Cooper freshman year, when they told us stories about Mr. Keith's failed stand-up comedy career. Let's smile together, remembering Mrs. Angelini's enthusiasm about Unit Circle Inn in Kansas City. Let's recollect on the times we had small talk with people we wouldn't normally talk to as we waited in anticipation for the 10 minutes of advisory to be over. Let's laugh in remembrance of the way Mr. McDonough pronounced the word sophomores as his booming voice echoed over the announcements. When we're all adults, these are the moments we'll reminisce about. When we reflect on our years in high school, we won't think about how we got an A in a hard class or our SAT scores, but rather, we'll remember these small moments with our peers, friends, and teachers. These moments are what made high school an important phase in all of our lives and something so much more than just a required part of our education. Although this day is meant to celebrate our hard work through the past 4 years, it also serves as a gateway into our futures. By graduating today, we have shown that we can persevere through anything. The class of 2020 has proven its extraordinary strength and resilience through challenges no other graduating Campbell High School class has had to face. No one could have predicted what has happened these past few months, and it has been a struggle for us all, yet here we are. We have all persisted through not only the current situation, but also personal struggles to get here today. As we each go our own direction and part with Campbell High School, let's take this strength with us. There will always be struggles we have to overcome. I'm sure many of us felt at one point as if we wouldn't make it to graduation, but we're all here today. Day after day, we've done what we've needed to do to get to the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. And after 12 years, we've all arrived here to receive our diplomas, the testaments to our diligence and perseverance. Although it may seem at times as if the odds are against us, or as if we don't have what it takes to succeed, let's remember that we've all endured and made it to this monumental moment in our lives. As my speech comes to a close, I'd like to congratulate my fellow peers, most of whom I've spent the past 12 years with. And I would like to ask you all to think not only about the promise your future holds, but also about what the time you spent at Campbell High School means to you.
Yeah, mouse got stuck there a little bit. Very good. A 4.67. That's
4.75, Rob.
Oh, geez. I don't want to jip or any. I didn't even know that was possible.
It's really not.
You can see why she's going into cell something.
And molecular biology. I can barely say it
make
myself.
a human or something.
Something.
So you have the your last one for you to introduce.
Yes.
Is coming up next. And who's that going to be?
I do. I'm so proud to introduce you all to the fantastic Gianna Ramos, who is the treasurer of the senior class. Again, another young woman who is the whole package, is going to do amazing things outside of Campbell after she graduates. She's going to attend Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Science, and she's going to study pre-med / PA program. So she's going to save our lives, Rob.
Hopefully I'm around long enough to get saved.
That's right. Me too.
That would be great.
Go, Gianna.
All right. Here we go with Gianna Ramos.
Good evening, everyone. As a senior class, it is our honor to donate a class gift for the rest of the school to enjoy. This year, Mrs. Gaspar and the class officers have decided to donate a cougar statue to honor this tradition. We believe this gift truly embodies the courage it takes to not only be a senior, but a part of this community as a whole. Thank you, Campbell High School.
I was surprised how short that was. I wasn't ready for that. So the next one, let me get my notes here. This is Josh, you are up again. So you are introducing the next speaker, and take it away.
Yeah, our next speaker is Emily Gamache, the Student Council co-president. I was fortunate enough to get to know Emmy this year. Unfortunately, it was cut short, and I wish I had I wish I was here earlier, spend more years. But Emily will be attending the University of Rhode Island and studying health sciences. So another med person for us to save us down the road. So take it away, Em.
I guess it's fair to say that the class of 2020 has faced countless challenges this year. Our last year together has been a very unique story. There is no doubt in my mind that we have handled this challenge with strength and dignity. At times it has felt as though we have lost everything that we've worked for over the past 12 years. Losing these last 3 months of senior year together has been difficult for me to wrap my mind around. But this time apart has only made me appreciate our class and this school even more. Our class is filled with talented, intelligent, and kind people. We have faced personal struggles and adversity as a whole, but in the end, we always seem to have each other's backs. Our class is bringing the world Division I athletes, talented musicians, filmmakers, scholar students, brave military men and women, as well as women in the forefront of medicine and engineering. Specifically, this class has brought me best friends, wonderful teachers, advisories, but most importantly, a family that has taught me lessons I will hold for the rest of my life. The class of 2020 will be remembered as the class who lost half their year. Our year will always bring memories of quarantine and coronavirus. However, I feel lucky to have the memory of this year being the year we graduated. Although we will look back on the hard times, we get to celebrate this year with the recognition of our hard work and strength as a grade. Today is the day we celebrate our many years of schooling within the Litchfield School District and journey on to the next chapter in our lives. Thank you to all of the staff and faculty who have been a part of my life through these past 12 years. Thank you to my peers who have given me support and love. I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors, and I cannot wait to see how much we will accomplish. Thank you.
All right. Emmy Gamache. So brings us to Principal Lonergan has got the next two students to introduce. So you can have the floor, Principal Lonergan.
So we are going to return to the co-presidents of the Student Council. And this time, Emmy Gamache is going to be standing in the background, standing tall, as Emma Montanero, again co-president, will be introducing our guest speaker and discussing a little bit about the year in review. Emma is going to be going to UNH in the fall. Go Wildcats there, Emma. And she's going to be studying nursing. The healthcare profession, man, we're going to be supporting them. That's for sure down the road. So here we go, Emma Montanero.
Excellent.
So for the past 3 years, Student Council has been one of the clubs I have spent most of my time on. It has really shaped my high school journey and experience. My junior year, I stepped out of my comfort zone and ran for Student Council co-president with Emily Gamache, and I've held this position for 2 years now. This role has given me the great opportunity of speaking with all of you tonight. Despite the many roadblocks that we have faced as a school this year, it has been one of the most successful years as a council. In service, we volunteered at Santa's breakfast put on by our PTO. We also did our annual Make a Difference Week. We collected over 1,100 cans and donated them all to the Litchfield Food Pantry.
For the third year in a row, we went door-to-door caroling to show our holiday spirit, as well as making our staff appreciation hand turkeys in the fall for Thanksgiving. As a council, we also planned 5 days of holidays where we dress up for the week, held a door decorating contest between advisories, and had another successful tree lighting ceremony. Unfortunately, due to everything going on, our year was cut short and we weren't able to put on a lot of events this season. This year we had many creative ideas like a senior citizens prom, throwing a spring dance, and planning Spring Fest for the school. Sadly, these events will be moved on to next year, but I know that they will be great. During this pandemic, the council has still managed to show their school spirit and teacher appreciation by creating videos for the staff and faculty to show our support and gratitude. We even tried to do a Spirit Week virtually, which was very difficult, but it was fun. Our guest speaker today is going to be Mrs. Gaspar. She is not only a beloved faculty member, but she is our advisor for the past 4 years. She has always shown our support to us since our freshman year to now, and she's always left her door open to show us love if we need anything, and we know we always can go to her for whatever we need any time of the day. We always call her Mama G, so this is for her, and we really hope that she will be with us for the next 4 years as well.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, go Emma. Emma is actually my wife's second cousin. I've known Emma since she was born. So we have the next presenter is the guest speaker, and Principal Lonergan, you are take it away.
Absolutely. So Amy Gaspar is one of the founding members of the Campbell High School teaching staff. She actually gets denied recognition for that because she was hired after the others and started a little bit later than all of the teachers who were here the first year, and she takes some good ribbing for that. Amy is a terrific English teacher. She is also, as Emma said, she's also known as Mama G. She is that teacher who takes the kids on the trips, New York City, Boston. She's just one who gives of herself constantly. And we see that as she is been the class advisor for this group of kids for the last 4 years. She is a woman who gives of her heart to all of her students, and this class is going to miss her dearly when they are gone from Campbell High School. Here is Amy Gaspar as our guest speaker.
Good evening. I would first and foremost like to say a special thank you to Campbell High School's administrators, Mr. Lonergan, Mr. Perez, Ms. Callanan, and Mr. Knight, as well as the highly dedicated faculty and staff with whom I am blessed to work. A special thank you to our administrative assistants, Ms. Eyre, Mrs. Taylor, and Mrs. Masterlers. Their ability to transition so beautifully to a remote environment while keeping the faculty and staff afloat are ones to be envied by all. Another special thank you to our amazing custodial and grounds team. Their hard work and diligence behind the scenes never goes unrecognized. Without them, there wouldn't be a graduation. And finally, thank you to Superintendent Jetty as well as the Litchfield School Board. And now to the class of 2020. I would like to take you down for a little walk down memory lane. Remember, if you will, how anxious you felt as you entered the front doors of Campbell High School for the first time. It was freshman year. You made it, finally. You are high school students with 4 long years ahead of you. As I stood before you for the first time as your class advisor in the fall of 2016, I remember cautioning you as to how quickly these 4 years would go by. I said, before you know it, you'll be walking across that stage, shaking hands with Mr. Lonergan and Mr. Perez and the like, while they hand you your diploma, the evidence and the testament to your hard work and dedication, while the cheers from the crowd celebrating with you ring in your ears. I advise you to be present in all moments. Time goes by way too quickly, and you wouldn't want to look back on these moments and regret not having been present. I bet right now you're thinking that you would do anything to be present anywhere. 2020 has proven to be a year of many disappointments, especially for all of you. First, the New York trip canceled. The spring musical canceled, the prom canceled, and so many more things taken away. What was once the rush of trying to get to class before the bell rang anticipating with an almost disturbing excitement that which is Chicken Patty Tuesday, trying to help Mr. Keefe locate his 7th pair of lost glasses so he can finally begin his lesson for the day. Hearing another one of your teachers say to Carter Vedrani, "Carter, you're not even supposed to be in this class," or trying to evade the watchful eye of Mr. Perez has now become a very different kind of hustle and bustle. Your reality has become the rush of trying to log into yet another Google Meet session before your laptop battery dies, anticipating another disgusting helping of Kraft macaroni and cheese that you have to make yourself, by the way, because all of your other family members are in their own Google Meet sessions in different parts of the house. Wearing your blue light blocking glasses that you had to order from Amazon, wishing so much that you were helping Mr. Keefe find his. Dreaming of the days in class where Carter Vedrani gets scolded again for not being in the right room. Acknowledging with an extreme level of disgust that you have actually been wearing the same clothes for 5 days straight, while wanting nothing more than wading through the drudgery of one more skinny Monday. Let's face it, the current reality stinks, and it's certainly not what you signed up for. But while we all continue to try and acclimate to this new normal, I'd like to share something with you. I recently read an excerpt from a commencement speaker at Montclair University in New Jersey. She said this to her graduates: "Be upset, wallow in it for a little bit, text your friends about how much this sucks, and post pictures from earlier in the year with sappy captions about senior recitals and championship games. We can make our own transition period. We're all pretty scared and we're all entitled to feel so, and sharing these sentiments will remind us we're in this together as we move forward." Her message resonates, doesn't it? We are all scared, and we are entitled to feel so. But there was something about this message that just didn't sit well with me, and after much contemplation over what was at the heart of it, I think I figured it out. Why are we constantly being told to perpetuate our upset or our sadness? Why is it seemingly trendy to play the victim? This victim mindset is not healthy, and it most certainly will make you feel powerless. How can it be helped when there are subliminal and not so subliminal messages around us all the time that make us feel that we have to feel this way? We are told that we are always meant to get the short end of the stick, so we start believing it. I firmly believe that people should truly feel sadness when they are sad, and fear when they are fearful. After all, it's very healthy to do so. But then move on. Have a good cry when you need to, dust yourself off, harness your inner strength, and keep moving forward. The art of truly learning from disappointments and frustrations that are thrown your way, and believe me, they will continue to be thrown your way, is incredibly important to understanding what it takes to be successful. Learning these lessons now are going to help you in achieving even greater amounts of exhilaration, confidence, and accomplishment. I wrote a message in the yearbook that I want you to hold close to your hearts. I presented you with a challenge. I challenge you, the graduates of the class of 2020, to see that through any darkness, there is hope. And in that hope, a guaranteed choice for you to make. The choice to harness all of your emotional strength and fortitude to power through that darkness, or the choice to succumb to the adversity. If your choice is the latter, you most assuredly will fail. But if you choose the former, you will most assuredly attain victory. Because when the dust settles and you find yourself facing yet another challenge down the road, you will have learned how to navigate through it while not being defeated by it. What will your choice be as you make your way out into that world? Choose wisely. There's a big world out there waiting for you. As I prepare to close, I wanted to share some of the lyrics of a song from the Broadway musical Wicked. I chose these lyrics because they're perfect in expressing the amazingly beautiful impact that all of you, Campbell High School's class of 2020 graduates, have had on me. It's called For Good. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. And we're led to those who help us most to grow. And in return, we help them. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I am who I am today because I know you. And because I know you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we may never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, So much of me is made of what I've learned from you, and you'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. All of you have left an indelible mark on my heart, and I will forever hold close to it all of the wonderful memories we have made together. Thank you so much for giving me the honor of being your class advisor for the last 4 years, as well as bestowing upon me the opportunity to be your commencement speaker. I wish nothing for all of you but love, success, adventure, health, and happiness. There's a long road ahead. I only hope that maybe, just maybe, you can take a small piece of Campbell High School with you wherever you go. I love all of you very much, and I'll always be here if you need me. And while I know this has not been the senior year you envisioned, it will most certainly be the one you never forget. Thank you and congratulations.
Whew. Not a dry eye in the house there. Whoa. It's a good thing this is remote, because I don't know if you were going to be able to keep them from hugging her if she actually said this tomorrow. It was going to be very hard to keep the kids away from her tomorrow. So that was a good call. All right. The last one is a valedictorian, and I believe Athletic Director Josh Knight is going to introduce the valedictorian. Go for it, Josh.
Yep. I don't know how I got voted to do the intro and the outro, but we have our 2020 Campbell High School valedictorian, Michelle Freeman. She's the daughter of Bruce and Tamara, and she'll be graduating with 4.93. I'll say that again, 4.93. That's unreal. That's ridiculous. Congratulations, Michelle. She'll be attending Northeastern University and studying biomedical engineering. So when I need some new knees and hips, I know exactly who I'm going to. Go for it, Michelle.
To my peers, our families, and our friends, we have so much to celebrate today. We have worked towards this moment for the past 12 years, and our unity over this time has been truly inspiring. While writing this speech, I looked through past yearbooks, our Class of 2020 Instagram page, and Campbell's website. I have come away with a new understanding of our time at Campbell, and now that our 4 years here have come to an end, I'd like us all to reflect on how far we've come as a class. In our 4th grade yearbooks, we each envisioned our future careers. We wanted to be teachers, professional athletes, engineers, scientists, and more. Other people wanted more unconventional careers, such as Casey Bosky, who wanted to be a Rockette, Riley Odom's dream of being a singer, and Josh Paquette's ambitious goal of being a Lego designer. Although most of us have changed our plans since we were 10 years old, we have continued to be passionate about our future endeavors. As I look through our grades Instagram page, I'm inspired by the passions that we are pursuing. From majors in biology and education, to military service careers in animal care and personal training, to careers in plumbing and cosmetology, I am excited to see where we will all go in life. Now that we can look back as 17 and 18-year-olds, I think it's fair to say that middle school was a weird time for everyone. We no longer had recess, we started to switch classes, and many of us got braces. In 5th grade, we bonded over an intense Gaga pit tournament, and in 6th grade, we all thought we were so mature and old when we visited our reading buddies at Griffin. In 7th grade, we united as a class through our love-hate relationship with dissections in Miss Gervin's class, and in 8th grade, we shared our disdain for corn and the omnivore's dilemma. Our middle school experiences ranged from exciting to embarrassing to weird, but they were all important steps to becoming the people that we are today. We learned how to be leaders and thinkers and friends, and when we graduated from 8th grade, we were ready to take on Campbell High School. It can be easy to think that, once we entered high school, our grade went its separate ways as we took classes and participated in extracurricular activities with people from all different grades. However, this is not entirely true, and I think that our unity as a class can be accurately tracked through our performances at pep rallies. During our first high school pep rally, as the other grades loudly cheered, we sat in complete silence. Javier tried to rally us up to cheer, but he was unsuccessful. That day, we displayed our lack of unity and fear about beginning high school. However, as we continued to participate in pep rallies, our transformation as a class was displayed. We got louder and louder and more excited to be part of the class of 2020. We gained strength and confidence that will be crucial throughout our lives. At the end of junior year, we dominated Springfest, from Connor Sweeney winning the obstacle course relay race to our grade winning the tug of war contest. That same Springfest, Emily Gamache, Emma Montanero, and Allie McKenna made a sign that said, "Freshman year, we got booed. Sophomore year was boring. Junior year, we beat the seniors. And senior year, just wait." That sign is a perfect representation of how much we've grown and matured as a united class. Now that we are seniors, that sign has become even more true. We have waited 12 years to graduate high school, and now we are here, and we are ready to show the world all that we are capable of. It's hard not to say something cheesy right now, and I think we've all heard the typical talk about our futures and all of the milestones that we will experience. But the truth is, this chapter of our lives is coming to an end, and we must trust that we are ready for whatever comes next. The past 12 years of our lives have been documented in photographs, videos, and memories that we will never forget. But our futures are still not decided. Regardless of how each of us got where we are today and the ups and downs we've had, we are all graduating from Campbell High School as better people. We are ready to move forward into the next phases of our lives and grow from the experiences that we have had in high school. I am so proud to be part of the class of 2020, and I am incredibly grateful and humbled to have had the opportunity to address our class. Thank you, class of 2020, for shaping me into the person I am today, and I can't wait to see how bright our futures are.
Well, there you have it. There's the speeches, the commencement speeches that could have been shortened, wouldn't have been the same. I think this was a good call, and we were able to play them in their entireties. Nobody had to shorten their speeches, and even the guest speaker was able to do her whole speech and not make it smaller. So, Principal Lonergan, anything you want to say to end it out tonight?
Absolutely, absolutely. The first thing I want to say is behind the scenes, our audience doesn't understand the very important role that Julie Green, our librarian and media specialist, did and has continued in doing with respect to all of our celebrations. So if you have a chance to see Julie and thank her, that would be awesome. If you have a chance to go onto our website, you can see our other celebrations for the end of the school year. And all of that work was coordinated camera work in terms of Julie's involvement. And to Jody Callanan as well. Jody was out there directing me and telling me what to do and where to put that. So thanks to you.
I'm good at that, Bill. I'm really good at telling you what to do.
Absolutely. Just a final observation about this class. I remember when I came to Campbell, this freshman class was my first year at Campbell High School. And I remember the freshman welcome where you play instruments and dance around in the hallways and celebrate them. And I remember the looks on the students' faces. But I also remember as that year moved forward, seeing a number of these students, Michelle, Carter, some of those mentioned here this evening, Emmy. I remember thinking, boy, what's it going to be like 4 years from now when they're graduating from here? I didn't envision this being what it would be like for them. But one thing I want the community to know is that what we observed tonight is why I am so proud of the class of 2020. They did not hang it up. They did not give in. They've persisted, and they are truly representative of what is so very fine about Campbell High School and the Litchfield community. So I just want the community to understand that. I also want to thank the community who's joined us this evening for coming to be with us. This is an important time in these students' lives. And so the fact that you've taken time out of your lives to watch this and to participate in it, I'm really appreciative of that. As we continue, though, to move towards graduation, if you got Superintendent Jetty's email or voicemail, graduation is a closed ceremony tomorrow. It is for the parents, family members, household members, the students. So there'll be 1 student and 4 family members, and some of our CHS staff and the school board and the superintendent. But I absolutely want you to join us on Litchfield Closed Circuit TV or cable community television as it's live streamed. I'd love to see you all taking it in with us then. This is a great opportunity for our students to have their live graduation, but for the community to observe that as well. So thank you all very much for being with us this evening.
Very good. I want to thank Russ, who was able to do all the streaming, and me and Russ and some others, and Jason Pelletier. Huge in getting this done, especially tomorrow. 2 weeks ago, we had no way of streaming from the press box out, and he figured it out. He met with Russ. We tested it out last Friday. Good to go. Now we can stream the whole thing. It's going to be 80 degrees. Grandmas and grandpas, stay home, put the AC on, pick up the pug and watch your grandkids graduate. So we'll be doing this tomorrow, 5:30. We'll start our broadcast. And well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the administration who attended, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody. See you tomorrow.